Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks. I'm just bringing you just a brief snapshot of Palantir Tech, symbol PLTR. It's making news this morning, Tuesday, November 4th, down 7 to 10% in that range in pre-market from Monday settlement of 207.18. So that'll bring us back into the 190s, maybe even back to 186.96. I'm going to jump right into the analysis here. So this has been an amazing move. We could kind of take this chart and do that with it, and you can see the vertical nature of this Palantir. But really what I'm underscoring here is just the downside. Upside, I'm not giving any targets. I could have gone into that. This has been a relentless bull move. But in terms of buying this market, I just want you to know that near term, and quite possibly for the week, we have 186.96. That's a high settlement price that was put out the first week of August. We collapsed for a couple of weeks after that, put out a low, and then we went into sort of a consolidative phase that lasted for about 6 weeks with the upper end of that consolidation, essentially the 186.96 high settlement price. So on the way back, this will be meaningful support. Can it contain longer-term selling pressures? I mean, after all, this is still in a bull trend, no doubt, above the 144.35 to 158.40 region, these two channel structures, which I'll get to in a moment. So that being the fact, you're buying into an updraft, you're buying into a bull market. I don't have a problem buying 186.96 today for the week. The question is, for the rest of the year, quite possibly. I would like to see us pull out of here pretty quickly, though. There is obviously the risk that this is a complete route to the downside. If we do close below 186.96, even on a daily basis, but really what I'm talking about here is on a week-by-week basis, if we close below 186.96, I think you can anticipate this could be a very quick sell-off, very similar to what we saw, for those 2 weeks in August. This could be a collapse that by the end of November or sooner, we fall into this significant 144.35 to 158.40 region. And this area is climbing and narrowing gradually. In other words, around 175.50 as we move into January, just for reference. This zone, we can call it the mid 140s to the upper 150s presently and climbing, can absorb selling through the rest of the year and even into the first quarter. From here, we can round up to new highs. If we were in the coming weeks to close below 144.35, the party is over, in my opinion. We have basically the discontinuation of a bull trend that has really started. You could come back into August of 24, really over a year and a half almost. And that big move then neutralize. And I would then expect a further downside, not a complete collapse, and I'm not going to get into that here, but I know that we've had some inquiries this morning. What do you think of Palantir? I think your initial step into this falling market is 186.96. And if we close below it, even on a daily basis, and you go long Tuesday at 186.96, if we settle below it, my suggestion is to exit that long position, take your early licks, because by the end of the week, or certainly by the end of next week, we could see another one of these, collapses into the mid 140s, upper 150s. This lower area is your bottom picking zone, in my opinion, through the rest of the year, and above which, by a couple of solid definitions, you can say that Palantir remains in a bull trend that should continue well into 26. I'm going to leave it at that for this particular update by wickedstocks.com. Have a great day.